Today we have already discussed one important aspect of CSAT, that is classes and the questions. Today let's discuss an important one more important aspect, which is test series. What should a test series do? Generally, if I ask students, they give one of the two responses. First response is, they tell me a test series tells us how much have we learned. These are majority responses, but there are some people who tell that a test series, a guide for future. And I especially agree with this opinion. See, CSAT is not like GS. In GS, either you know the answer or you don't know the answer. It is that straightforward. When you don't know a concept, your test series in CSAT, and when you refer test series in GS, and when you refer to the solutions, it tells that the topics you don't know, and once you cover it, there ends the matter. But in CSAT, even after having a thorough knowledge of all the questions asked, all the various kinds of permutations that could be done in questions, even if your concept is crystal clear, you could still end up committing to a wrong answer. Why? It is because CSAT has multivariables. CSAT checks your calculation. It checks your judgment. Judgment is most important, because CSAT being just a qualifying paper, you need to judiciously do. Even this is more important than GS, because in GS you will at least try for 80 to 90% of the questions, but in CSAT it is just qualifying. You did not take those risks which you take in GS, so judgment becomes more important here. You should choose those which you should attempt only those questions which you are damn sure of, and you should be able to see a pathway towards the answer. And since we have understood what a CSAT test series should do, your CSAT test series should be a guide towards your future. It should tell in which areas are you lacking. In which knowledge areas are you lacking? Is it time, speed and distance? Is it probability? Is it reasoning, or is it comprehension? Next, it should also tell you how your judgment is. You might have judged the wrong question. You might have entered into a question, saw it at the first glance, it may have looked very easy for you, but after entering it, complications developed, and are you able to let go of the question and move forward? Judgment is one thing. Another one, even after making the judgment and you have made a wrong judgment, are you able to move forward? Unlearn, start the question afresh without carrying this baggage of your bad judgment. And even after that, suppose, let us assume you have arrived at the right answer, but have you arrived at the right answer at the correct time? You might have taken suppose 40 to 50 seconds in calculations itself, and you have arrived at the right answer. But is it ideal? Wasting half of the time that you are able to solve a question on just on calculations. Shouldn't your test series tell you, okay, you are spending your more time on calculations, you need to reduce your bit, your calculation speed should increase, your calculation accuracy should increase? Does your CSAT test series tell you all this? If your answer is no, then I have one more concept for you. CSAT basically checks your knowledge and your judgment. Your answer can be either of the three. One, your answer is correct, your answer is wrong, or you left the question. Now, let's consider in the case of correct and wrong. If you have, let's take these two components. You had the knowledge, your judgment was good. After seeing the question, you thought that you could solve in 30 seconds, 30 to 45 seconds, and you solved it, and the answer was correct. So that is good judgment. Now suppose the answer was wrong. You know the question, you know what steps to take, you know the complications it gives you, you knew everything, but the answer was wrong. It means your judgment was lacking. Your judgment in, this could be due to exam stress or calculation mistakes, so on and so forth. And how do you get to know that where have you made a mistake without analyzing your question? That's why I keep telling my students, for GS, attempting a question, giving a mock test, this is good, but for CSAT, it is not good enough. More than attempt, analysis is more important. You should know the topics where your gut feel is wrong. Sometimes it's okay. You should know what kind of calculations you make mistakes. And should also know which questions to leave, how much time, even though if you have known the answer, you should know when to leave a question and move on to the next. Now we have considered, let us consider wrong answers. Same two components, knowledge and judgment. If your answer is wrong, you didn't have the right knowledge or your judgment was also wrong, because once you have attempted without your knowledge, it means that your luck is bad and your judgment is too bad. But let's take another case. You knew what the question was, still you attempted it wrong. This is your weakness, and this needs to be improved. That means you need to work on your judgment, and this could be seen by, once you know in which part are you lacking, you could move forward. If it is your judgment, you could do calculations regularly, or know some topics where because everybody will not be comfortable with all the topics that are there in the syllabus. Knowing few topics where you are uncomfortable also helps with your judgment. A test series is supposed to do all these for you, but tell me frankly, how many people are doing the analysis even after attempting a test? We are taking CSAT just like we are doing with GS. Sit for the mock test, give it, and see the solutions and leave it. No, that is not the way to do CSAT. CSAT needs analysis. CSAT needs analysis. I am trying hoarse, but somebody should listen to this and always your analysis of CSAT paper is more important than your attempt. And now, considering all this, we have designed our CSAT test series keeping all these analysis in mind. I'll give you a simple modus operandi. Every Sunday, you will have a test. What are the two components that CSAT checks? Your knowledge and your judgment. To brush up your knowledge, the test is on Sunday. A pre-test revision session will be conducted. Suppose let's assume this Sunday's test is on quantitative aptitude, percentages, ratios and all. In a 1 or 1.5 hour, I'll come on a Saturday and explain to you whatever the concepts have we discussed, what are the concepts UPSC has given, and various permutations of the problems. So your knowledge component is covered. Next, your judgment concept. You give the test series, and on the Monday, we will analyze all the components that goes into an answer. Your calculation speed, shortcuts if any, and even approach to the question. Because your solution sheet doesn't tell you all this. For this, you need a mentor who needs to sit with you. Even calculation speed, only you and through personal interaction only, you and your someone who is there to guide can know where are we lacking and where we need to pull our socks up. So if you have seen this video, please don't consider CSAT test series as equivalent to GS. CSAT needs a different way, a different paradigm to excel. I hope I'll see you in my test series.